YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Even though Meghan Markle allegedly gave birth on June 4th, right? So we're saying 10, 12 days ago, or whatever she would like to lead us to believe, which we know is factually false, because according to sources that are leaking to the media, Meghan Markle is actually up on her feet and tottering around. I think that they have definitely given us a false birth date for little Lilibet, but that is for a separate video. This is about her latest installment and her desperation for yet more PR attention with her new essay that she has just released today in support of one of her London patronages, which of course she should not have, but she still has access to this patronage, which is an animal welfare charity. So this is by Harper's Bazaar, and it is basically about her open letter to the British public and animal lovers over here in the UK, and specifically in London, none of which we have asked for, none of which we are interested in, but of course this is strategic. Meghan needs us to buy her book. She knows that her book flopped over here, and she also knows that she is very much disliked over here in the UK. So what she's trying to do is backpedal her way to the UK by trying to reach out indirectly through this patronage, which she has no real interest in, because she left everything that was gifted to her by the Queen, including her patronages, to pursue global, international, worldwide fame with harebrained Harry on her lap. So I'm going to get into this Harper's Bazaar article. Meghan Markle calls 2020 a year of community and connection in a new essay. The Duchess of Sussex penned a powerful letter for one of her dearest patronages. Meghan is reflecting on the emotional highs and lows of 2020. In an open letter for Mayhew, one of the Duchess's patronages and treasured non-profits, Meghan wrote a warm foreword to the charity's annual review dedicated to those who have relied on their family pets to provide comfort during what was a very trying year. Over the last year, each of us, and this is her words, have felt the profound effects of the global pandemic. The Duchess of Sussex's note began, be it the loss of a loved one, the health challenges far too many faced, or the disproportionate life changes everyone has experienced. It has been an overwhelming process of grief, growth, and also of gratitude. I have heard from so many of you about the impact of having a pet with you at home during the isolation of lockdown. You have mentioned the therapeutic effect of having your animal by your side and the solace and comfort you found in their company. I just have to pause there. I'm trying to figure out who's writing to her, who these people are that have reached out to her. It's certainly not that many people from the UK. And what means of contact did they use? Because we know that Meghan and Harry do not take kindly to direct press intervention. So where have these people been sending these letters to her, telling her about their daily life in lockdown? It's all just a soppy, slimy word salad. She's put the pen to paper and she's written a bunch of stuff that sounds good and makes her feel good and makes her, what she feels, appear to be a good, non-self-centered person. But we know that that is not the case. We know that this is all about her. It's all made up. But I digress. This effect is something Mayhew strives to deliver day in and day out to the people throughout the UK and beyond. Meghan continued, expressing her gratitude to Mayhew in their dedication to provide support for the families and their very friends across the United Kingdom, even amid the uncertainty of the pandemic. I want to thank every animal lover across London, the UK, the world who has supported Mayhew during the past year. Your help has meant that despite the hardship, Mayhew has been able to continue providing vital support to cats and dogs and the communities around them. The Duchess also continued to say, "I have been proud to witness Mayhew adapting to the moment through the virtual rehoming. There are pause visits over Zoom and delivering care packages to animals and pet owners in need. The organisation has rescued and rehabilitated cats and dogs in critical situations and of course delivered vital animal health services overseas in countries also gripped by the pandemic." She also concluded her note by highlighting some of the positive aspects of 2020 provided, such as heightened sense of community and closeness with loved ones. And I just have to stop there yet again. We know that Meghan Markle has an extremely elderly father who is at the grand old age of at least 76 now. He was 74, I believe, when she cut him off. So he's about 76, 77, who she hasn't bothered making any contact with. She hasn't even tried to reach out to him. She also has a very mature uncle on her father's side who is at least in his 60s, who she also hasn't made any effort with, and she hasn't contacted or checked up on. So this is just codswallop, isn't it? It really is pure and utter hogwash. She does not care about family. She does not care about loved ones. She only cares about herself. She's even using her daughter as a PR piece, as a monetized commodity that she can trade upon in order to get yet more brand deals. She's branded her from birth. She's trademarked her name, all in a bid to just make as much cash as possible. She doesn't care about the family connection or the family thing. So I'm going to carry on here with her conclusion, and she said, "When I reflect on 2020, I always come back to the importance of community and connection. Yet she has gone out of her way to ensure that her husband has disconnected and essentially removed himself away from everything and everyone that he knows. She stripped her children from the possibility of having a British identity, traditional upbringing, or any kind of understanding of what it is to be in the royal household, and yet she's talking about community. That was their community. We know that she's rampaged through her family. In the United States of America, they're not good enough. They're deemed lower class. They're deemed too poor to speak to. But what about the high-ranking upper-class aristocracy on Harry's side? They have also been deemed as not good enough to speak to, not good enough to communicate with. So everything she pretty much says is a load of crap. It continues on, and I'm going to conclude it. "We may have been forced apart, but we found new ways to be close and to support each other through this shared crisis. For many of us, this was made all the easier with our pets by our side." Meghan wrote, "Mayhew and thousands of small community organisations like them will continue to listen, adapt their services and provide the resources that people and pets need to stay together and preserve through hardships. As we collectively build to the future, my sincere hope is that we do so with ongoing support and appreciation of organisations like Mayhew who continue their virtual work in days of crisis and in days of calm. Their commitment to the cause of animal welfare is steadfast and their effect on our community well-being is self-evident." And that is the end of the article. There you have it. Meghan Markle is begging for attention. She's begging for PR. She's begging for yet more headlines. She just can't resist the media spotlight. And this is a woman who claimed that he basically was exploited by the British press and wanted to lead a private life. So with all that being said, guys, I will be back with another video.